Hi, my name is Eva Louise Williams. I am the founder and head facilitator of Golden Lotus. I'm a professional in women's fertility and health and somatic integration, so integrating our psychological and emotional experience with the physical body. I am here to give you some tips today about postpartum recovery and scar remediation, and some things you can do for yourself, whether you're planning a pregnancy, whether you're already pregnant, or whether you've passed, your due date and given birth and are in that postpartum period or subsequent to it. One of the things in Golden Lotus, in the work that I've developed that we talk about a lot, is developing this trust of your instinct and your voice, so that you understand instinctually when you feel something in your body, you have a right to explore that and to really trust it and to seek help for that, but also to do things at home and seek kind of practices that you can do on your own to explore building that deep trust with your own body, which is really vital to the birthing process, massively vital to your postpartum boundaries, and then also really vital to overall women's health and healing some of the traumas that have been inflicted in the medical community toward women, and just overall our lack of conversation and lack of knowledge around real integrated women's health. So there's lots and lots and lots to explore in this realm, ranging from fertility all the way to the postpartum experience, including conception and birth in that. But today we're going to focus a little bit on how these techniques and concepts that go across the board for all of sort of pelvic health and women's health actually specifically relate to that postpartum period and that scar remediation. So number one thing is that in the postpartum period, make sure that you have a plan. You don't need to only have a birth plan or birth preferences written down. You have much more control over the postpartum period. So after you give birth, whether or not you've had a traumatic or empowering experience, there is an element of trauma. Birth is an enormous experience. No matter who you are, it's an enormous experience and it requires integration, time and rest. Don't forget, at that point, you're going to be breastfeeding as well, which is also like running a marathon. So you want to have in place your preferences already by your third trimester around who you want in your space and how you're managing your meals. And you will need 3 snacks a day and 3 meals a day, and you will be, you'll need to rest and sleep and eat a lot, because you are not just nursing a new baby, you are nursing your new mother or that new stage of motherhood you're coming into. Allow that to be a held space for you. Knowing what feels right for you, trusting that voice and setting it down, and having your partners and family support that so that you have the space to integrate that experience, whatever it was for you. It could have been profound and amazing and you just need some time to integrate your new empowered sense of self, or it could be that you need time to really recover from a procedure or an emergency procedure. Whatever it is, make sure that you've got some stuff planned for that. Make sure you have your meals planned, and make sure that you have really communicated to your family and friends in a way that nobody is going to say to you, oh, but we're family, why can't we come? No. This is your period, it's for you. You listen to your body and you get the support that you need as a new mum or in that new stage of motherhood. So some of the other things we spoke about in terms of scar remediation were techniques that you can do at home if you've had a C-section, or maybe you've had a LEAP procedure or some previous scarring before your first pregnancy, or again, scarring from your birth and you want to get pregnant for a second time. And for this, it's always really good to check in with an OBGYN, a women's health or physio, pelvic bowl specialist, someone like myself, or a craniosacral or osteopath who can work with fascia and releasing any scar and actually just getting the circulation going in the pelvic bowl so that the body can heal itself. And sometimes that might be something like getting your OBGYN to do some cervical massage if you've had any cervical scarring. And sometimes it might be something like making sure that you're breaking down the scar tissue and massaging that. Maybe you had a herniated diastasis and maybe there's a scar. You want to be breaking that down. Maybe you've had the C-section and there's a scar. And you can go to a Japanese acupuncturist or Chinese medicine doctor and get some acupuncture and even some herbs to help move that tissue. But there's lots of ways to break down and remediate scar tissue. A great way to do it is also self-abdominal massage. At MAT, the Arvego technique of mine, abdominal therapy, have a self-care practice that you can just YouTube. There's lots of different ways to engage with your pelvic health on the around the pelvic bowl, and then also if you see a professional and you have the need for it, internal scar remediation as well. Those are some of the techniques that I want to suggest to women who have potentially had previous procedures. So that's the snippets and the advice that I have for you. If there's anything that you're interested about, maybe something I touched on that I haven't extrapolated, or you have a personal question or something you'd like to know a little bit more about, obviously myself and all of the incredible women here at Mum's World are here to help. So like the video, comment below, leave your questions, feel free to get in contact with us. We do check all of it. We will engage with you, so please engage with us.